about it. Arnold segment. Let's talk about it. So let's talk about it. So the first thing I want to talk about is this viral video I saw of this vlogger video, YouTube, I don't know what the fuck, TikToker, going around people asking, I think they were in Nigeria or something, going around people, I don't know, it keeps saying Nigeria, there's so many different countries in Africa, which is wild, because I thought Africa was a country, and the fact that there's so many countries in a country is insane. Like, I don't know how that works. I honestly don't know how geography works anymore, because, so you're telling me that Ghana and all these places are their own countries, but New York, LA are their states. So Ghana's bigger than New York. I don't know how this shit works. Geography confuses the fuck out of me. Whoever divided all this stuff, whoever decided to make all this stuff, really, honestly, you just wanted to clusterfuck my brain, because I don't fucking understand that. Fucking cranberry juice is so fucking good. I love cranberry juice. I'm mad because I usually have ice with it, but I finished my ice with one of my iced coffee. Anyways, so he's going around asking these people, if it was legal, what's the youngest age you date? Now, first of all, this question, like, okay, these people responses though. Someone said 13, someone said 12, someone said 7. And then some woman had said, she said 11 or 12 or something. She was like, because the younger the better. The younger the better. Like, they're more energized. 7, 10. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, I don't, girl, the reason why I want to talk about it, because let's dive in, let's delve. What do people think when they genuinely are sex offenders or like to fuck around with younger people? Period. Younger people, period. But let's do the minors first. What do you get out of fucking with a minor? Now, don't get me wrong. I be in the bus sometimes, or the train sometimes. I'll just be outside sometimes, and I'll see these 18, 19-year-olds walk up, and that's not minors. So we'll say 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't know their ages, but they look between those ages, between 16 and 19. And they walk in there and they look like full-grown men, mustache, hairline crispy, looking dressed down, bitch. And their book bag, you see their book bag, but you don't see their book bag because you are so taken aback by, damn, that nigga fire. Who this? Then I analyze and survey because I don't know if that's how you say the word surveillance, but surveillance the situation. And I see a backpack. I stop instantly. Because I'm like, he's in school, which means he's younger than me. Or he could be in college, but typically when boys are in college, they don't carry those type of book bags, or they drive at this point if they're in California, So, I'm like, I can't even fuck with nobody younger than me. I'm only 23. And I can't fuck with a guy who's 22, 21, 20. And that's all legal age. I don't know what 20 is. Well, technically he's an 18, the age of consent, but anyways, for me it's 21 and up. When it comes to that, if you're gonna be older, fucking with a young person, it has to be 21 and up. I can't. I just can't. It feels wrong. And not only does it feel wrong, but I feel like those people, have a lot of maturing to do. I like older men because I'm pretty mature for my age, very ahead of it. I'm not into partying. I'm more into business, money, how we gonna, grow as a person, as a unit, whatever. Not into all this. So that's why I like older men. Not old, like 50, 40, 60. Now, don't get me wrong. Have I talked to those ages? Yes. It was young and dumb. However, now, especially looking for love and not just sex or anything, temporary, looking for something serious, my age limit, if I could find anything between, that's a 10-year gap. I'm 23. If I could find anything between 23 and, we'll say 34, because I don't like odd numbers. So anything between, let's say 35, because even though I don't like odd numbers, 35 is I like fives, because 5 is dead smack middle. So we'll say 35. And yes, for some people, they'll say that's old. But for me, that's not, because like I said, I like mature older men or whatever, people, who actually have done something with their life already or have something with their lives. So I don't have to worry about us both getting our life together. It just makes my life easier and less of a headache, I guess. But I don't understand why people think that's cute to fuck around with younger people. Like, where do you get turned on with that? And even one of the guys in the clip said something about liking like fresh newborn pussy. Bitch, what the fuck you mean you like fresh newborn pussy? Bitch, you like fresh pussy, just tell a bitch to shave. Or get you a bitch shaved. The fuck? Or a bitch will not run through. Like, what the fuck do you mean you like fresh newborn pussy? I don't understand why people like younger people. Like, I don't understand what's people's fixation. This whole thing, Diddy fucking out here molesting these younger kids, and all these other people in the industry molesting the younger kids. I don't understand. Like, and no, even not no shade, because I know they're not young like that. You know, like obviously Jalen Hurst is that his name? The one who Drea dated now, the basketball player. He's fine. Jalen, let me tell you something. Jalen, let me tell you something. You are my age, young man. I know you're about to be a daddy, but you can also be my daddy. Whenever you decide to wake up out this motherfucking pussy spell, because I get it, you probably do like this woman, or maybe you just like her, or maybe you know what she's doing and you just add it onto the, I don't know what's tea. But she said in interviews before that she's not looking to stay with a man forever. She's looking for a kid with a good-looking man with good money that she knows she good with. And not only that, but let's be honest. Mama, Drea, yes, she could be that. She could have some type of money, but you're a basketball player. You're in the NBA. You are getting paid $2 million. You're on a $2 million contract a year, and that's not including endorsements and including whatever extra pay they give you. And that's just your starting point, baby. Just $2 million starting point. You're telling me that she's not with you for the money? Baby, she's with you for the money. Like, bang down. And that's why she's having a baby with a basketball player, fresh and young, who is making $2 million a year in the basketball thing, who is only going up because he's getting better and better. Now he got a baby, and that's his motivation, because he's really eating it the fuck up now and really been in the news and all that stuff for killing these numbers and all that stuff. So you are really working your ass off doing this shit, getting more money, that at the end of the day, you really gonna get fucked, because when she has this baby and y'all decide to break up, she gonna eat your ass the fuck up for every fucking coin you got, bitch. And all that $2 million is gonna be paid going towards the motherfucking child support. Because what, child support like 30%, 70%, something like that. 30% of $2 million, bitch, that's way too much. Way too much for a motherfucking kid. So that stuff is going straight to her pocket. So she, again, back to being a businesswoman, as a businesswoman, smart as fuck. As a person with morals, disgusting. And let me tell you why. You're pushing 50. Why can't you get somebody your age, in my opinion? Not only that, you can, because I don't want to say situation, and that is the problem too. I do feel like it's circumstantial too, because I feel like in some cases, you know, and obviously there's a lot of people with sugar daddies and all these things. So I think it's circumstantial in the situation. But when, you know, and I'm not saying she does, but it just seems from the outside looking in, you have malintent, because you already said you don't care about keeping a relationship. You just care about having a baby with a man with money. So that's what you have right now. I guarantee once this baby pop out her pussy, give it about less than 2 years, that baby's not going to reach 2 with them together. No shade, and I'm not wishing bad on nobody. That baby's not seeing 2 without them parents splitting up. Guaranteed motherfucking T. So for me, it's like you have malintent behind the girl. I don't. That's what I can't get behind, me personally, because you have bad intent into the situation. And I also just feel like, what do people that old, like, you have, as a 50-year-old, you have lived your life, girl. You've lived your life. And we see it a lot. Like, even share with this young man. I mean, clearly, now share with this young man, they look a little more in love. And see, this is why I feel like it's circumstantial. Because the difference is, shares, well, because Drea is low-key playing this man too. So that's what I'm saying. As a business perspective, I can respect that. But okay, the point that with the Drea situation that makes it worse is the fact that the boy is the same age as her son. So that, let's add that, because that's another layer. If she didn't have a son that same age, like literally your son and him could be besties, bitch. They could be best friends. They could be Tums dicking in closed rooms. He go in there talking about, oh, we're gonna go play a game or whatever. They're the same age. You can't tell your man to not go play with them. They're the same age. They do the same thing into the same thing. So now you go out and you're like, okay, well, I'm trusting your home together, whatever. You come back and they hunching. Now who doing the bending? Your baby daddy or your son? Either way, it's an image that's gonna stay in your mind, and you can't get mad. Yes, it's gonna be fucked up on the son part and the baby daddy's fault. But at the same time, you can't get mad because they're the same age. They both 23. Mama, if they fuck. You did it to yourself. Hello? Somebody? Like, I'm just saying. I don't know why people don't think like that, because I remember when my mom was dating this young fine man. Fine, bitch, and so fine. And I said, girl, if things don't work out with you, I'm gonna steal him. Now I wasn't really gonna do it, because just the fact of the thought of fucking sucking or kissing on a man who's gonna have pussy juice residue from my mom's vagina. I don't want to taste that. I don't want to feel that. So I'm good. However, Kame, girl, when we used to be playing video games, I would be turned on down. I'm like, oof, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. Leave the door closed. Nobody come in. But I would never, because that's disrespectful, one, to my mother. Two, also, yeah, but also, you know, my mom's only older than me by like less than 20 years. So, you know, we're pretty close in age. And since I date guys older, and she dates guys older than her, or like her age range typically. But I guess that was her era of like dating men a little younger than her. And he was only like, what? At the time she was in her 30s, I was like 18 or something, or maybe younger than 18. But point is, very in the middle of both our ages. Like, he was like in dead smack in the middle of both our ages. So either one of us could have had him, you know? So for me, it's like, girl, you can't get mad if that was to happen, because you're really setting yourself up for that. But I just don't understand, because like, even with the situation with like Cher and her man, like, they look in love. And like I was saying with Drea running game, Cher's running game, because Cher, you could tell down, Cher is very aware that this man is definitely probably with her for them motherfucking cointadas. And if something ever happens to Cher, he gonna collect them cointadas, because Cher's that motherfucking girl, and Cher is an icon, so that's icon money. There's a difference between rich and icon legend money. When you're an icon, you're a legend. Mama, you have icon legend money, you're stuck forever. You don't gotta put on another song, do another tour a day in your life. You still do, so you add in to them commas. But mama, you don't have to. So point is, she's probably fully aware of what the fuck that this man's running game. But at the same time, she's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck, because guess what? I call the shots. He's keeping me happy, and my pussy juice running with his big fat black cock up in my, his cock is in my inside my vagine. Mama, we good. I'll give you whatever you want, baby. So I do feel like it's circumstantial. So that's why I do feel like, you know, it's a deeper conversation, because I do feel like it also falls into trauma, you know, men in the past, you know, just a whole bunch of things I feel like feeds into that factor. Like, I feel like, you know, trauma with your ex, or just trauma growing up, or being taken advantage of. It could be a deeper situation. I do feel like it's more of a, again, circumstantial situation. Some people do those things with malintent, and some people don't. Now, again, anything over the age of 21. Now, them people who talking about under the age of 21, bitch, you're motherfucking disgusting. You are. The government should have saw that video and sent them all to jail. Because the fact that y'all even thinking, because I'm sorry, but if a random person walked up to me in the streets with that type of question, mama, my instant answer is, I don't get down like that. I don't have an answer, because that's disgusting. Like, I don't, sorry. You know, and I'm only 23. So if I wanted to fuck with a 16-year-old, which is still wrong as fuck, you know, it's a little closer in age, but at the same time, that's still a child, a minor, bitch. That's not even the legal age of consent. Bitch, you just got your driver's license. Maybe not even, depending what state you live in. So I don't know, girl. It's a whole lot. And the last thing I want to talk about on the matter of fact, we're gonna leave that one for the next episode, because that's a deeper conversation, to be honest. We're gonna talk about that one in the next episode. T. I know. I want to leave y'all with a little something to salivate over, you know, a little something to salivate over. But I did want to talk about okay, so I guess we'll just tap into our next episode's topics or whatever a little bit, because I did really kind of want to talk into this, but I guess I'll wait till see the next episode or whatever. So I don't know if y'all know Gerard Carmichael. Girl, he's a fag, just like me. And so he has this documentary reality style type show on HBO now. Don't really know how to explain it. And, you know, when I first heard about it, I was just like not interested. But then I started seeing clips and I was like, okay, let me watch it. Now, episode 1, obviously, it was a lot, because, you know, he spoke with his mom, had the conversation with his mom, and she was like, you know, you need Jesus, you need God, you need to just conform, you need to just turn yourself over to God, be amen, sanctify, holy sanctify, because this is the devil, you know, and this is a sin or whatever. So, you know, you saw a little bit of that conflict of situation in his life or whatever, but then we also got to see the situation with him and Tyler, the creator, which was his best friend for some years or whatever, and the best friendship basically fumbled because he told him one day he was in love with him, and yeah, he was in love with him. He had feelings for him, and Tyler started moving funny. Now, before I get into what I really want to get into, I did want to talk about this a little bit, because as queers, or let me say as a gay person, you know, as a gay person, I know what this feels like, because my first, you know, I always say quote unquote love, because I want to say it was lust, but at the same time, I've never loved like that since him. So I don't know. I don't know if that was just a friendship love, that was a love, if that was lust with the friendship love. I don't know what it was, because I haven't experienced anything like it since. So I can't, discredit that. But I feel like I don't know what it is, but I know a lot of gay people who have dealt with that. And at least for me, especially, because he's black too. So even though he likes to be white adjacent and likes to treat himself like a white person for some reason, and tell his boyfriend that's white that he is his slave owner's son and he is a slave. Wild. This man is wild, and we're gonna get into that. But as a gay person, I get it, because like I said, when my first love or lust, whatever you want to call it, he was, my best friend. He was my best friend down. And yes, when we first initially became best friends, like, I sat with him that first day in lunch, mainly because he was cute. And everybody in the school, everybody was dating, everybody had boyfriends, everybody had all this stuff. And I'm like, well, this new boy in the school, he got nice long golden blonde hair, he got nice green eyes, let me go shoot my shot, right? So I shot my shot, and I didn't miss, because he became my best friend for 7.5 years. But it's hard to explain, because I don't know why we do that. And maybe, for me at least, from my personal experiences, maybe it was a lot of things. I feel like, okay, so for me, when I came out like in the transition between 6th and 7th grade, kind of forcefully, but not really forcefully. It was just my choice, because I was, always bullied about it before, and jumped before being a quote unquote fag and all these things. And in 6th grade, I was always getting into drama and beefs and fights, because I was defending myself, and I wasn't letting nobody disrespect me or talk down on me or whatever. Because bitch, I was like, bitch, I'm standing 10 toes. Yeah, I'm a fag, but I'm still better than all you bitches. And by bitch, I mean you niggas. Because you niggas was being on the rugby teams and all these teams trying to laugh at me and fuck around me. And I'm like, bitch, well, I'm And then lo and behold, all the ones now, they be in my inbox, and they be the ones wanting to fucking suck and take me on and all that stuff. I'm like, girl, what happened in high school, middle school? And you were like, that's gay shit. That's gay. Ain't no homo. Faggot. Like, come on. But anyways, what was I saying? Okay, so I came out, and, I instantly had friction with my sperm donor, my father, whatever. Like, it was instantly like he couldn't accept it, and especially a black man too. That was instantly a problem, my grandma kicked me out of her house when I told her, and I had to tell her I was lying and joke. And, she forced me to watch fucking Doce Corazones to all the girls, I told you that story before and things like that. So, just not being accepted and things like that. And not only that, but I'm like a rainbow baby. Why I'm a rainbow baby? My mom, my older sister, which is obviously tatted here on my wrist, she passed like right when she came out of my mom, like an hour after she came out of my mom. But I've always felt spiritually connected with her, and I've always felt like I'm living like she's living vicariously through me, in many ways. And so I always feel like two bitches in one, basically, like me and her. It's two. That's why I'm a fag, because I have that's to her. That's the woman. She thinks she's a woman, but she was built a man. I guess. Yeah, and I feel like me navigating and going through that, and then meeting my the guy who was my best friend at the time, I almost said his name, but meeting him at the time, and him becoming my best friend, and the way we connected, and the way he understood me, the way he knew me like the back of his hand, the way, like, even though we were in a relationship, like, he loved me, like, and I loved him too. And he didn't stray away from letting me know he loved me, like, phone calls and texts all the time, letting me know he loved me, being overprotective with certain things and all those things, like. And yes, the story goes deeper than that, but we're not gonna get into our story or whatever. It's not story time. The point is, it was easy for me to fall in love, because I was already dealing with so much internally and externally too, but internally. And, I dealt with my depression, and I dealt with my anger and my emo phase, and my wanting to kill myself, and the feeling not enough in the world, and fat and ugly and all these things. And to have someone in your corner who made me feel enough, made me feel like, I was cute, and I was pretty, and my weight wasn't a factor, that I was special, and I was funny, and I was gonna be something in life, and all these things, it was easy for me to fall in love with that, because it was the first time I had that type of sensation, that type of feeling. Like, even with my parents, like, love my mom, love my family, but we have a different type of way of showing love. You know, we have a rougher way of showing love. Like, we know we love each other, but when we see each other, do we hug each other all the time? Do we, you know, all that stuff? Are we a very, like, emotional, loving family? No, but it's like tough love, you know? So for me, it was like having that feeling of love, like, it felt like actual love, because it was like I didn't have to question, okay, well, was this rough sign an act of love, or was, you know, this act? No, he would let me know he loved me, he cared for me, you know. And he would tell other people, like, you know, like when we was beefing or not seeing eye to eye, like, I would never put my hands on him, I would never get physical with him, because I love him, you know. And for me, that was easy for me to fall in love. So the reason I say that is because I felt him when he said that. Because as gay people, I don't know if it's like a gay thing. I don't, you know, I feel like it's because of what we go through, especially ones who suppress those feelings. And obviously, a lot of us gay people do have a lot of mental illness, because we had to suppress those feelings because of whether ethnically, where we grew up at, because of society, because of ego, whatever. We have to kind of pent that in, and that kind of, you know, so when you do get that affection, that love, when you feel heard, seen, and all that stuff by a person, it's easier for you to fall in love, you know. But with that being said, it's also, you know, in some cases, at least in mine, you know, it wasn't as, you know, it wasn't so apparent. It was apparent when, you know, he was like fucking around with my friends and wanted to have sex with all of them and doing all that stuff behind closed doors, but then telling me to my face he would never do nothing like that to me, to hurt me, making me feel like we're in a relationship and wanting to cuddle me and doing all these things or whatever, but basically playing with my feelings and stuff. And I feel like as gay people, we put ourselves in that kind of predicament when we fall in love with a guy, to kind of play with our feelings and make us look stupid in whatever way it is. Whether it's like that, whether it's actually, whatever the case it is, we kind of do, because we give our hearts and our souls to that person. We want to believe the good in them because that's what they showed us. But once you kind of let them know I like you, once you let them know I love you, like I genuinely love you more than just a friend or whatever the case may be, you give them that power and that key to kind of just be like, bitch, well, now I know. So now I get to play with your feelings and toy around and use you like, and be the puppet master and play with you like a puppet. You know, and I know it's fucked up, but that's what, to them, for some reason, why they think that it's okay, because I know so many gay people who's been through that. And in this situation specifically with Gerard, what's his name again? Gerard and Tyler, I honestly, I didn't like Tyler. Like, it made me really uncomfortable and emotional at the same time, but also just made me kind of get flashbacks, but also kind of just be like, the fact that men are like that, the way they are, like the fact that he was literally just so flazy-da about the feelings. Like, okay, you like me, so like you're like a brother, you know. And like when he's hugging him and have his head on, he's like not hugging back, and getting up mid-conversation and going into another room to fart, like mid-conversation, and while cameras were only to you nasty ass traveling asshole. And the producer was mad as fuck because he was like, really, in here? And he was like, you good? And closed him in that room with that fart. After he just bust down that motherfucking bowl of food in 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, because we saw him eat that whole plate. He swallowed like a vacuum, swallowed it, bitch. Swallowed up. In the words of TJ Holmes, swallowed. He swallowed that soup up. And just really looking at this man like he's stupid. And then when this man's crying, he's just laughing. Like, and basically just like dismissing his feelings and dismissing and not acknowledging it. Like, you know, saying, I hear what you're saying, but okay, like you're my brother. Instead of saying, wow, you know, like, I understand how you feel, you know, and I'm sorry, you know, I don't see you like that. You know, because Tyler's a fag too, so I don't know why it was such a problem with this, because they both like white men, and that's why. But it's like, instead of you telling him, you know, I just don't see you like that, you know, I do love you and I'm here for you and things like that, instead of playing with his feelings or like making him look stupid, you know, it's just really sad that that's what men do, you know, and that's what niggas do. And the saddest part is that most of the time they sit there and do that, but in the future they become the fags, or they the fag themselves already. Because girl, let me tell you something. I mean, I not in my situation at least, but that man, I haven't spoken to that man in years. Last time I spoke to him was like, I think when I moved here, whatever, he's talking about he was gonna come visit me and all that stuff. Now, you came visit me, girl. He was gonna fuck the shit out of me, no shade. Like, we were gonna fuck. Baby, we're adults and there's no feelings between us no more. There's no malintent. I'm not angry at you no more. I forgave, never forgot. But I just let it be water off a duck's back, and we don't speak. You know, it was nothing like that. But I was like, bitch, you come out here, mama, and you stay with me. Baby, we gonna have a friendly time. We ain't doing no lovey-dovey shit. We ain't cuddling. But we going to have some nasty sex. Just to make up for all the years. But, and all the lost time. But, when I saw him last time, like, I didn't feel nothing. Like, when I tell you, I felt, and I kind of felt proud of myself, because I was just like, period. Like, you know, usually when I see him, like, I'd be like, you know, or one of us would text each other, or like, I text him first, but like, and I won't sit here and lie. Like, you know, when we were younger, and I was dumb and overly in love with this man, I would blow up his phone. And he'll blow up, but the crazy thing is he'll blow up my phone too. But then make it seem, it was just weird. But point is, it's just like when I saw him, I just felt empty, and I was just like, thank God. Like I didn't flinch to say hi. I didn't jump. I didn't gasp. I didn't breathe. I didn't think about even texting him. I was just like, he saw me. We saw each other, and it was just, and we'll see each other again because my sister's in the same school. Like he works at the school and things like that, so we'll see each other again at the end of the day. And I'm not against it. We see each other, we see each other. But if we're in the same room, we're in the same room. Like if they have an assembly or performance and I'm there, that's what's tea. But am I going out my way to go say hi to you or whatever? Even like when I was there, bitch, I went up in the office and they were like, oh, so and so's here or whatever. Did you see him? I'm like, no. Instantly they got on the walkie like, hey, come upstairs. And he was luckily at lunch. And then they called me downstairs like, tell him to come up when he. Bitch, I said, bitch, y'all better not tell him nothing. I don't want to see this man. So, y'all like to play games. But anyways, back to Gerard. So yeah, that was that. But what I really want to talk about on our next episode, because I feel like it's a deeper situation that we need to talk about, is gays and sex. Is it an escape? Is it addiction? Is it trauma? Because girl, there was a moment in time I thought I was a sex addict and I thought I was addicted to sex and stuff, and now I'm just like, okay, sometimes it's just urges and impulses. But then at the same time I notice sometimes it's like I want, urges and impulses, but I also just want a guy around. Like I want someone to hold me. I want someone to make me feel safe, make me feel, and it's that trauma from growing up, not having my father there all the time, or not having that manly connection, or not having a man around, or is it, because of the damage my first lust did, or like, what is it, Is it an addiction? Do I let in certain energies, or do I just link up with these guys knowing that it's just going to be sex after me saying I want something serious? And they're like, so do I. And I know in my gut they're just coming over, we're linking because we're just gonna fuck, like we're gonna chill, but we're gonna end up just fucking. And then I'm probably never gonna hear from them again, but I still do it anyways. And then don't even get mad at myself no more, because I'm like, you know what, bitch, you know what the fuck you got yourself into, so what the fuck you mad at, bitch? You just be. But now I'm also an adult in the sense that, like, adult with, no, not adult, I'm mature with it in the sense that before I sit there and maybe cry or get mad at myself after, or like think about it and be like, but now I'm just like, okay, I know, if I'm really, really horny, I know, okay, bitch, bust one out, get it out yourself. You don't gotta say and text no man or whatever, or whatever. And if you do, girl, just be willing that if you tell that man to come over, just have that 410% understanding as a mature adult that I want sex. So if that man's walking through that door, y'all are straight fucking, no conversation, nothing else. Let's get it out the way. Let's not play it up for something that it's not, which I appreciate my maturity in. But I do want to have that conversation because in the episode, in the most recent episode, he was like, hooking up with just a lot of guys, and he was doing it in the past episode too, but hooking up with a lot of guys on Grindr, being unfaithful, and telling his boyfriend's gonna be faithful, but he wasn't, and just a whole lot of, and it just really made me think too, like, there's so, especially out here, I have not met one. I've been here 2 years. I have not met one. I'll say gay specifically, like the Leviticus only. I'm not gonna talk about straights because that's another conversation. There has not been one Levitical relationship or couple I've met out here that is 100% monogamous. Everybody's open, everybody's poly, everybody. And the crazy thing is too, when they sit there and tell you, and when they both say like the couples together, most of the time you can read in one's face that he's not really happy with that decision. He's like, yeah, we're open. Bitch, you don't want to be open. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like, it makes me just really think, like, why? Like, is it because of the trauma we had growing up? Is it because, for so long we had to suppress ourselves into, a certain thing? And growing up, at least for me, because now I feel like it's a little more easier for kids to grow up, like in high school and middle school, because there is so many gays and so many gay things happening and so many wokeness. Like that now there's more inclusivity in schools. There's drag shows and there's just a whole bunch of gay shit out that people, it's easy. So I feel like now it's a little more easier for people to come on and be gay, and Grindr and all that stuff make it easier to hop on and go. Bitch, I wish I had Grindr, and Grindr was popping when I was in high school, girl. Because, I would have been tooting and booty in that bathroom every motherfucking period, bitch. But hello. Anyways, so yeah, so it just makes me think like, because growing up, it was like, very like, I was the only gay gay person in my school. and I was the only out gay person in like the radius of like my area. Like literally, I was the only out gay person. Then there was another one that he ended up coming out gay. We were the only two out gay people in the radius of like that area, like from fucking 149 to fucking Soundview and Simpson, all that stuff, girl. I'm naming streets, I don't know, but it's true, girl. Like, I was like one of the only two at the time and whatever, like out, not like in the closet, like fully out. And then, you know, little by little, people started coming out. People started, you know, feeling more comfortable. But the point is like, you know, is our, and I mean our by like the community, because me, I'm monogamous as fuck, bitch. That's why I don't do no relationships. So all these men be talking about open poly, not me, bitch. You're bugging. Bitch, because what's mine is mine. It's not yours, bitch. We're not sharing. I'm not being shared. That's not happening. But like, we're gonna be together or we not. Like, that's that. But it's like, as a community, is our reasoning for that is that because we were so condemned for so much of our lives, like we were in. Is the mic connected? Oh yeah. Like, is it because we were so condemned for so much of our lives to be in the closet, or like we weren't so much around gay people, and now because it's so much and it's oversaturated now with nothing but faggots, that we want to be open and poly because, you know, it's more fun, and because we have the opportunity, and because there's more to choose from, so it's harder to be with just one person. Like, what is it? Like, I don't know. It's a deeper conversation, so that's why I want to wait till next episode. I want to leave you on that. I want to leave that for next episode because this episode has been long. But I also want to leave that for next episode because I want to ask some people, have some conversation with people, get to know people's mindsets and thoughts about it a little bit, and see. Because I did ask one person out, one drag queen I was helping one time with a performance while we were practicing, and I had asked her because she kept talking about her relationship, and I asked her, I was like, look, like, why do I don't understand, like, you know, I'm not judging, you know, I mean, because I do be judging a little bit, but I'm like, why do y'all choose that? Like, why do you like to be open? Why do you like? And he was like, you know, I forgot how he used the phrase. How did he basically say it? Damn. And it was in a perfectly worded way, like, that made me really think. I was like, okay, I get it. He was basically saying, like, okay, well, like, if you love, how did he word it? I can't remember how he worded it. But he was basically saying, like, why only have one? Like, you love chips, for example. Like, this is not what he said, but I'm just using an example. You love chips. You love eating chips or whatever. Or, like, in my case, I love ice cream. So we use ice cream. I love ice cream, you know? And I love ice cream down. And let's say my favorite ice cream is Haagen-Dazs, just an example. Let's say my favorite ice cream is Haagen-Dazs, just because I love Haagen-Dazs and they have like so many flavors and they sell it everywhere. Just because I love Haagen-Dazs doesn't mean I can only have Haagen-Dazs. Now, I can always have Haagen-Dazs. I can always have Haagen-Dazs in my freezer and always keep an extra Haagen-Dazs pint there for, you know, I can always have Haagen-Dazs, but I can buy other ones. And, you know, though I love Haagen-Dazs, I like my experiences with other ice creams, you know? And that's kind of how, like, again, that's my example, but that's, I guess, how he kind of explained. Like, he explained it in a way that really made sense to me. Like, it was just like, he was basically saying, you know, yeah, you know, if I want to be with other people and fuck around with other people, that's fine. My heart, my soul, my feelings, I'm with one person. But I like to have sex with other people, or I like being around other people. I like feeling other people's vibes and energies, but I will only let myself catch feelings for the woman. So, and I'm pretty sure different people have different analogies or expressions or experiences or examples or definitions of what that means to them. And that's what I want to ask around. So if you down below, open, poly, what do you think about it? If you're listening, hit me up on my Instagram, tell me what you think about it or whatever, let's talk. And I'll ask some gays and some people that I know in relationships that are poly and are open and see how they feel, and I'll come back to y'all and we'll actually dive deep in that conversation because it's deeper, like I said, trauma, gays, all that. So we're gonna leave y'all there with that. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. I honestly love this episode today, girl. I feel like I did everything I had to do in somewhat of a timely manner, you know, a little bit 2 hours, but you know, we got our topics out, we got our main topics out, what was going on in my life. So I really love you guys, appreciate you guys, for those who listen, the ones who tune in, the ones who are watching, the ones who stuck around the whole time, and I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I am going to split up the hot topics and let's talk about it in its own sections as well, so you guys have options if you don't want to watch the whole episode, whatever the case may be. If you're listening again, thank you. Love you guys so much. Sorry for your ears. And like I said, go follow me on my socials, JHBIC on Instagram, Headbitch Productions on Instagram, J.HBIC on TikTok, and follow us on obviously YouTube. If you're watching, but you already know where to find us, Headbitch Production on YouTube. Love y'all so motherfucking much. And of course, Headbitch Podcast on Apple, anywhere you stream your fucking podcast. Love you guys. Have a motherfucking blessed, beautiful day. And bitch, we gotta talk about this eclipse too. I totally forgot to talk about the eclipse. We're gonna talk about that too, because it's just passing, girl. Amen with this energy, girl. I'm finna go. You see this new hair, girl? I see this new hair. I know y'all see me with some colors, but I never done like these, like something like too bright colors. You're like the dark, even though the brown's not that dark, that light. It's still like not black. So I did like the brown and the blonde. I feel like a new bitch. But anyway, we're gonna talk about that another day. Anyways, love you guys. Have a great weekend, and bitch, I'm motherfucking see you on the next one. Like I always say, bye ho. I gotta figure out what to say next time. Anyways, bye, love you.